Happy Thursday! Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together and work on a project. And I work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are continuing on the first Aurifil block of the month, the designer of the month. They're calling it a DOM instead of a BOM. Block of the Month project. This is January. It's by Blair Stocker of Wisecraft Handmade. And we are hopefully going to finish tonight. So we have 4 of our little strip, string pieced, paper pieced little guys here, and it needs a border and sashing in it. So sashing is basically like a border within a quilt, and then the border is all the way around. So sashings and borders tonight. First we have to actually get rid of the paper, so we got to take that out. So that is the plan. So thank you so much for joining me here again, everyone. Tomorrow, if we get this done, we have like a free Friday if we get this done a day early. So I would like, pending we get done, I would like to continue on the mandala love pattern. So Friday, tomorrow, is actually the last day that the mandala love pattern is going to be available. It's the embroidery of the month, and it's going to be done. It's going away, and a new one will be coming out on Saturday. So I think just for the sake of, I want to get at least a little farther on my mandala love tea towel. I think I got to work on that a little bit more. So that is the plan. And you have just that one extra day, today and tomorrow, if you still want to get in on that sale. The bundles are sold out, but the pattern is still available, the printable digital pattern. So thanks so much, you guys. Oh, and I'm getting all your koalas in the mail. I'm starting to get the koalas. I will have a little post about that in a day or so, I think. So thank you for that. Thanks for sending those over. They are looking so adorable. It's going to be the cutest quilt that ever was. So, all right, you guys. I'm loving it. So let's flip around and we will get started tonight. Okay, I really want to get this done tonight. We are so close, I can taste it. This is definitely the bulk of it. Are these strips. So before we move on, we've cut them all. We did that last night. I mean, they magically look way more finished, but now we do have to take these papers out. So sometimes I can just give it a little diagonal pull and it'll get it started. Yeah, sometimes not. So I'm going to just kind of fold. Because we sewed into all of these, it's like we made our own perforated paper. So we can just kind of tear that out. And maybe once we get one going, yeah, there we go. Once we get one going, we'll be able to do it. So you do have to be a little careful at this point. Like, I don't want to pull out too many stitches at the end or anything. This is another one of those parts of the process that I forget actually takes time. So I get annoyed, like I just want to move on to the next part. I know a lot of people really, really do like this part of the process though. Yep, it'll be midnight my time, so that's Central Time. So midnight Central Time, I will be taking down the mandala love pattern. So that's Central Time again. So that is, what would that be? That's 1 a.m. the next day Eastern, and that's 10 p.m. Pacific. So if you're in California, then it'll be 10 p.m. Oh, Shirley, you're going to be sending your koala soon. Awesome. Yep, I'm getting a couple. I've been getting a couple each day now. It's just so fun. I laid them out and took a picture of them. And it's starting to look like a quilt even before we turn it into a quilt, so that's fun. Oh, Gretchen, you kept your paper on all the way to the end. That's totally fine, too. I know some people do that with foundation paper piecing. I'm doing it now just because I think it'll be a little easier to sew, and it was what was in the instructions, but I know there is, some people do like doing it before, and actually doing it before maybe is a good idea, because, I mean, handling it this much like I am here might actually distort our nice perfect square we got going on here, but I'm hoping we'll be okay. Oh, I just want to sew, though. You know, even if we don't get done tonight for some reason, the video, surely you should go out and come back in, because so far I'm good on my end. But even if we don't get this completely done tonight, like if it does freeze up, you know, we've been having this weird Facebook to iPhone sort of weird freezing thing, overheating thing the last week or so. And then I turn it back on and it's totally fine for way more time than what it said it overheated at. So I know it's not really overheating. That's not the real problem. But if we do, if it does happen and I can't get back on tonight, we'll finish this tomorrow if we don't tonight. And then if we do get done, then we'll move on to the mandala, so we'll still do it. It comes off better if you fold along the line first and tear. Oh yeah, kind of like a perforation, like how a real perforation would be easier. Yeah, I'll do that. At least to get that first little bit started, that always wants to stick. Now, I am not using any special paper. We've talked about a few special papers. I have not actually used anything other than just plain, I almost said typing paper again, but printer paper. So I'm just using plain printer paper. But people have talked about using newsprint, about using phone book paper, phone book pages. And then there were one or two like quilt brands that had a product. So I'd like to try all of those sometime, but I've only ever done it with just printer paper. In theory, the thinner the better, but you do want to have it hold together still, so it can't be too thin, I would think. Yes, so the question was just asked, it went by quickly so I didn't see who said it, but was asked if I'm going to keep the Mandala Love videos up, the replays up on YouTube, and the answer is yes. They might not stay on the main page forever, but if you scroll down on my YouTube, there's a whole section, it has a bunch of little, like, playlists. It's all the projects, so if you don't see it on the front page as a row anymore, it will be in that chunks of projects. So it is going to stay on. And if you're wondering the same for like the swan pattern, that was our December pattern, that's still there too. So yes, so even if you guys haven't gotten the pattern yet and you're still thinking that you like it before it goes away, which is end of day Friday, the videos will stay up for sure. So you can still follow along. If you're worried about certain stitches, it'll still be up there for sure. I didn't finish it, however, we did go through all the stitches, so we did manage to do that. We even did a bonus stitch that wasn't part of the design, but we thought it'd be cute there. We did a blanket stitch on that design too. All right, 2 down. I guess this isn't taking horribly long. It's just, again, like I said, it's one of those tasks that I just feel like, ooh, I just want to sew, and it's like, oh yeah, we got to do this. Oh, were you trying to say computer paper is thick and it came out computer paper is mystical or mythical in the autocorrect? be a pretty good autocorrect. That's funny. Yeah, so this printer paper, it is a little thicker, in theory, than like a newsprint or something like that. But so far it seems to work. What I do like about it, and again, I don't have any other experience with other things, is that it does stay together. Like, I'm not scared that my papers are going to come apart and then I have to tape them together or do something. Isn't this neat, though, how all of our seam allowances are all just perfect hiding underneath that paper? That's always fun to see. The back is revealed. It's easy to tear, except for these little bits. You can see, we had a lot of trouble with my sewing machine last night, and in theory we're going to have that same trouble tonight, but at least now I know what's happening. And you can see some of my stitches are so close together. If you guys weren't here last night, I'm having trouble with the feed dogs. The feed dogs are those little chunky rows at the bottom of the sewing machine that kind of pull your fabric forward. Mine are too far down and they're not staying up. So every time I make a stitch, it pushes them down and then it doesn't pull the fabric through anymore. So I've taken the machine apart and looked at it prior to this, and it was working kind of for a little while, but now they're staying down again. All right, well, we're back here, people. So I'm going to just, I'm going to continue to take the papers off. I'll still be working on it by the time you guys pop in here again. So I had to start it up. I see you guys are starting to pop in. I had to start up a whole new video this time. It didn't save my, it didn't just allow me to jump back in. So, hey, Sylvia. Okay, good. Nice to see you guys pop in again. I'm sure a lot of people are probably in that last video still. I figured I'd just keep going now with the paper, and we got a whole other one to do yet, and I'm sure people will get here soon. So thanks Sally for popping back in here. So we really are hoping to fix this up this weekend, because this is getting annoying, isn't it? Pamnita, thanks for joining again. Yeah, this is a little bit different than the other night. We had to start a whole new video here, so. All right, cool. Everyone's jumping back in. That's awesome. So I figured I'd keep taking the papers off. We got one more to go here. And again, I will stitch these two videos together in before I upload it to YouTube. So if you are if you wanted to see what you missed on YouTube, it'll be all one video again. Hopefully we don't have that problem again, but at least we're almost through these papers. That's nice. Then we can actually get to sewing. Hello again, everyone. Hello. We are getting there with these papers. So one thing we have going for us to finish this tonight is that we've already cut out everything. Usually at this point, I don't always cut out all my pieces to begin with. And at this point, I'm like, now I gotta go back and cut the sashing, cut the border. All right, you guys. I know you're not in here yet, but this is the last time. If we have to this is the last time I'll make you guys jump through this hoop again. But man, I'm not digging it. Shirley, you're back. Great. My mom's back. Gretchen, you're back. Sylvia, thank you all again for jumping back in here. Robin's back. Teresa. Good. Oh, man. One of those days here, isn't it? So if that happens again, I am going to just stop it tonight. And I guess we'll hope for the best tomorrow. And then over the weekend, we're going to be solving this problem. We're going to actually shoot it completely different. Hopefully, that's the plan. So we'll do some tests and get that running. It should be better. But I cannot guarantee today and tomorrow anymore. So we'll hope for the best. But thank you. I do appreciate you all jumping back in here. I do not know if this is going to last or for how long. So let's just try and cruise ahead here. I got the papers out though. So if you're back in, I have taken all the papers out. I